Greetings, YouTube. This video is something that it's part of another video that's a really old video, actually. The video quality is not so good on the old one. But I've had a lot of people here lately. I need to go in and relabel it. Ask me, hey, where was that video? Because it's not very well labeled, which is totally my fault. But it was on the topic of plying off, two-plying or any sort of plying off of the wheels that are like the spinolution wheels, but I imagine there's other brands too, where the Lazy Kate, as you see, is on the top. Instead of like my Lewitt, it was down on the bottom. And on the Lazy Kate for this one is on the top, or any of the other spinolutions where you get the extra Lazy Kate, it goes on the back, so like the Monarch or the Echo. Full disclosure, when I first went from my Lewitt where it was on the side to this one where it's on the top, there was lots of cussing involved. I definitely was like, what is this and why is it so horrible? So it definitely is, you got to know what you're doing, at least in my opinion. Somebody gave me a great tip on it and it saved my life, and as far as plying goes anyhow. So I'm here to pass that on to you. So let's see, setup first. So this is the spinolution pollywog. I've got the Lazy Kate on the top, so, if you've got this one, they store down here, and I've just taken them out and I'm putting them on the top. I've got one empty bobbin here, and I'm just going to do a simple 2-ply on this one. So I've got that clicked in, and then I've just got some yarn here, just little bits on my bobbin. So the trick is, I feel like there are pictures floating around out there that are super misleading, in my opinion, that show people with these things and it looks all fancy, where they have it like one on each side and they're somehow like bringing it around and it looks super fancy. Don't do that. That's what I tried to do when I first did this, and it kept getting, like, one or the other side kept getting caught in the drive band, which then totally made a ginormous mess, and I'd have to, it was horrible. So don't do that. So what you want to do is put them both on one side, and then you're going to take both of the strands of yarn and you're going to bring them around this third peg over here. So both the strands of yarn are going around here, and so this is keeping it from getting down into the danger zone of the drive band. And like I said, these are just some little scrap fluffy yarns here. So what we're doing is, let me move all the fiber that's not where it's supposed to be. I'm going to bring it here, and then, however it is you like to attach things, I just kind of stick it through and start spinning, and I'm holding it in my right hand over here. So it's coming around the peg, and let's see, let it feed up past the little bump there. I always have kind of a fiber booger here, and with plying you also may need to turn the tension up a little bit. That helps with getting it to evenly feed onto the wheel, which is important. So I'm going to get that up here, turn my tension up. Okay, now we're cooking with grease. Okay, so I've got my fiber, my yarn coming over here, and I've got my fiber over here, and I like to kind of hold a finger in between the two strands so I can kind of feel the, the tension. And let me adjust the camera so you can see what I'm doing. But yeah, so it goes around the third peg, and then I'm just going to hold it out to the side with my hand. So I've got my left hand on my right knee, and I'm kind of feeling the twist here with these fingers. And then I've got my right hand that I kind of slowly bring my hands together and then bring it out. And that way I'm getting a nice even feed. I'm controlling the, the feed off the bobbins with my right hand. And if you're left-handed, I guess you would do this backwards. But for me, I just pull it out, and I'm feeling the twist here, and then I'm bringing my two hands together, and then pulling this out. And the importance of doing this is, like I said, I'm controlling the yarn coming off the bobbins with this hand, so one of them's not getting carried away here. And I'm also, with this hand, I'm keeping it out of the way of these pegs, because if you're letting it flop around here while it's going that way, it can easily, you can see how this could happen, grab this and snatch it from you, and you'd be in a world of trouble. Let me move this down. Or if you let this get too close to the band, then that's not going to be good. So keep your hand out here. That's away, from the peg to your hand, you're making kind of like a big triangle. And Then just easy does it together. And pull out. And that's how I do 2-ply. A simple even 2-ply on a top-loaded Lazy Kate.